Știu. Știu.
Știu.
Știu.
Știu. Știu.
Salut, sunteți la ZFL, sunt Cristian Hoțuc și astăzi vom discuta despre planurile unuia dintre cei mai mari creditori ai României, Banca Europeană de Investiții, iar în a doua parte a emisiunii o discuție despre ce cursuri oferă companiilor propriilor angajați și cum poți folosi LinkedIn în business. Ziarul financiar de astăzi, parcurile de retail din orașele mici ale României atrag cea mai mare tranzacție din domeniu și una dintre cele mai mari tranzacții cu parcuri de retail din istoria României, britanice de la M-Core. O firmă de familie cumpără cu 219 milioane de euro proprietățile dezvoltate local de Mitișca, un dezvoltator polonez. Sau Mitișca, un dezvoltator belgian care a pariat pe România acum câțiva ani. Investiții în România, antreprenori din Ploiești sunt optimiști, dar forța de muncă calificată rămâne în continuare o problemă. Atractivitatea profesiei didactice. Dascălii români câștigă cu aproape 13% mai puțin față de ceilalți angajați cu studii superioare. Piața de electro-IT. În 2023, la pol, aparatele de ajutor în bucătărie sunt pe plus, dar bunurile IT scad puternic. Românii cheltuie anual circa 5 miliarde de euro pe produse electro-IT, adică frigidere, espresoare, laptopuri, camere foto ori imprimante. Lanțul Cărturești pune pe harta dezvoltării pentru anul viitor librării noi în Satul Mare, Baia Mare, Pitești și noi magazine în Iași și Cluj. Bursa de la București se aliniază cu restul burselor în termen de valoare prin multiplul PER. Vor fi zile agitate în 2024 și o trecere în revistă a marilor eșecuri din industrie de-a lungul anilor, după ce Clariant a anunțat că închide fabrica de la Podari, o investiție făcută cu doar un an în urmă, care a însemnat 140 de milioane de euro. Trecem la primul invitat de astăzi, Lara Tassan ZANIN, country manager Banca Europeană de Investiții în România, deci country manager pentru România al Băncii Europene de Investiții. Lara, hello, how are you? Fine, thanks.
Thank you very well.
Yeah, so after 5 years in Romanian, you come here in 2018, and if you compare 18 with 2023, how you see Romania? It's in a good position. We had economic growth, but we had economic development.
I think that there were 5 important years, and I would say even 5 good years for Romania. Not so much that development is here today, but we are preparing the ground for it. I think I have learned my way that Romania reacts very well to external pressures, and we have seen huge external pressures in these 5 years. First COVID, then the aggression to Ukraine and the consequent price and energy crisis. And we have seen Romanian economy, Romanian firms to react very well both to the COVID crisis and to the energy price crisis. When I say reacting well, what does it mean? That quickly they show agility to go for more digital, to digitalize their business. And now we see more and more trend to green their business, green their products, green their processes. And we as the European Investment Bank Group, we are here to support this trend. So there is more interest and openness to basically make the Romanian economy more resilient to shocks and ever more agile. This has to happen with the support of the banking sector, that also compared to 5 years ago, because we as European Investment Bank, we support both directly the companies, but for smaller companies we go via banks.
Yeah, you go directly to the bank, and the banks to give
to the SMEs,
credit to the SMEs,
which are the backbone of Romania's economy. Also the banks, we need them to be alerted, proactive and interested in raising the green projects share of their portfolio. And we are eventually there. They are more and more interested in our products and in our support to to finance more green projects at better conditions, because this is also the issue. Green projects are necessarily a bit more expensive, they are a bit riskier, so we need special instruments to be able to still support them while remain with our loans affordable by the companies. They don't have to kill the productivity and the revenue stream. So the banks in Romania are probably also themselves under pressure to deliver on the ESG targets, so environmental, social and governance targets. And we see this dynamism picking up in Romania.
You don't think ESG target, and I mean Greek economy, this concept is too expensive?
The short answer is no. The long answer...
In the long answer, we have to have money to pay for all these projects, to pay higher prices in energy, to put a lot of digitalization. And the question is, where is the money?
Well, I usually say that availability of funds is not an issue in Romania. And I truly believe that, both on the public side and the private side. But the money, this availability of funds flowing into the market, flowing into the economy, this is where we have an issue here. It's a bit different reason why in the public and private sector, but basically we saw companies relying in the past on low energy prices, low labor cost, low taxation. And this made a good...
this is not working until now.
This made a good service to Romanian's economy up until now. Now we have faced huge crises. We are trying to build resilience and sustainability, both financial and environmental, over a longer term. Romania is called to change the paradigm of these companies, moving into more technology-driven type of business. And I think here Romania has a great opportunity to play a bigger role than before. Why? Because there is a strong ICT vocation in the universities. You have unicorns from Romania. Some countries don't have unicorns in their track records.
The only unicorns in European Union.
Exactly. So if there is an ICT vocation in Europe, Romania has a lion role to have. So the digitalization, the strong technology component of businesses is there. If they want to remain competitive and resilient, they need to be able to face higher energy costs. And at the end of the day, why it is not too expensive? It's not too expensive because we have to change mentality and to look to resilience into medium to long-term perspective rather than thinking about the short-term perspective. So yes, it's right that on a shorter term, the dynamics of the balance sheet is going to be different. We have a bit higher cost. We have a bit maybe struggling on margins in the immediate. We have to undertake very bold investments, but then this means higher resilience and I would say better profitability in the medium to long term. If we want Romania, and the EIB is strongly committed to that, to have a quantum leap of Romanian economy. Romanian destination as investment only because the taxation is low, the labor cost is low, and it's, let me say, easier to make business here. I think these times are gone. But there is even a brighter future for Romania, relying on this ICT vocation, which also will help to limit the diaspora effect, because to retain Romanians in Romania, and they can find incredibly good jobs and well-paid jobs in the technology venture.
So the Romanian company needs to be more productivity, higher margin, to find higher margin and to pay better salary.
And to have absolutely a medium to long-term perspective rather than a short one, because they have great opportunities ahead of them, also to play region-wise, also to think Romanian company in a regional market, in a global market. And I would say that the technology sector is where I see more and more Romanian entrepreneurs, also young generation, that are thinking more globally, more regional for their businesses. And I think this is also a way to go.
What is right now the situation of European Investment Bank here in Romania? I mean, what is the lending stock? What is right now the project?
Yes, as you said, we are the biggest lender in Romania since long time, and we are proudly so. We have a portfolio of more than 15 billion euro, so existing billion euro existing projects, and we support Romania's economy, both public and private sector, with roughly 1.5 billion euro a year. Sector-wise, we have been traditionally present in the key transport infrastructure sector, in energy, in urban and municipality projects, and we are proudly diversifying towards health and education. We have provided 1 billion euro to realize 3 state-owned hospitals, the regional emergency hospitals, and we have provided more than 150 million euro to universities in Romania to
rebuild the university, or
let me say, to equip universities with modern labs, with very technological labs, to improve the student campuses, and ultimately to provide money for researchers' salary, because we need to retain skills and brains in Romania.
Here in Romania.
Yes.
If you look at Romania, you are from here from 2018, so you have 5 years with the pandemic, inflation, war. What is the strength of Romanian and, of course, the weakness of Romanian economy and business?
Yes, I would say certainly number one strength is agility.
Agility. Do you think it's better than in other emerging country near Romania?
Yes, because
Poland, Turkey, and so on.
Yes, because the Romanian businesses are used to help themselves, to come out of the woods with their own strength. I mean, there has been very limited support by the public sector in general for the private sector. For many years, the leadership, the political leadership in Romania thought that the private sector can do by itself. And in fact, it did by itself. Now, if we want to have a quantum leap of the Romanian economy, we need public sector and private sector to work together. But until then, we are not yet there, and this is my thinking, but until then, the private sector is used to find solutions because it doesn't wait for someone to think about them tomorrow. So that's why they are extremely agile. I think they are also undergoing a very welcomed generational revolution, in the sense that with the ICT vocation that we have, the technology, the fact that we rely less on hard infrastructure, mainly in the past it was more about production and taking these goods in the market, mainly in the EU market. Today, when we move to IT service, to IT businesses, they need less to transport goods. So Romania was a bit affected in the past by the lack of transport infrastructure to access the market. So with this kind of transformation on what is the product that Romania is able to provide the market with, which meaning more intangible asset, I see a young generation of entrepreneurs, of Romanian entrepreneurs coming up. And this is for me another plus of this country. They think global, they go beyond the cultural limitation and, let me say, the peripheral positioning of Romania compared to the EU. They look at the world globally and they are ready to join efforts with other markets, with other partners. Yeah. This is a plus of Romania, and I strongly believe on that for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, but if you look at the export percentage in the GDP, Romania is one of the lowest position in the country. If you in Bulgaria, the export on GDP is 18%. Okay, in Romania is only 14%. And this is a huge difference. How comes?
First of all, this is the picture of today, and it's very important to look at what are the trends of tomorrow. These services I'm talking about, they don't count, and they don't count yet as category on the exports, right? Because they are immaterial. So these numbers might be less, let me say, telling than what they have been in the past, because the type of products are changing. You are selling services, and Romania is becoming really a location, for example, for global IT services, global cybersecurity services for large companies. These are not counting on our export numbers. But another, let me say, you ask me for plus and for strong points and for weaknesses. One weakness, paradoxical weakness of Romania is the size of the market. Bulgaria has been extremely motivated to export because the size of the Bulgarian market is too small for any kind of business, while Romania is a decently big market in terms of consumption. So the Romanian companies were less motivated to export.
Go outside.
Absolutely, because they have enough market to, let me say, grow. Now we are getting to a limit there. Now it would really need for the Romanian entrepreneurs to think more regional and more global. But I see that for the current generation of entrepreneurs, probably it's a bit of too much for them to change their mentality, while there is a new Romanian entrepreneurs generation coming up, younger, more IT and tech oriented, and they are absolutely thinking regional and global.
Okay, and another weakness for Romanian economy and the business? If you compare it with other countries, compare it with Italy, Turkey.
Yes. It's, I would say, let me say, twofold.
All the people said, all the companies said that the finance is a problem here in Romania. Their figures are not too well to go to take a credit from the bank. The bank said that only 20% of the Romanian companies are bankable. Yeah. How you see that?
Yes, it is. So first of all, it is true. Only 20% of the Romanian companies are bankable. When I came in Romania, it was 1 out of 10. Today is 2 out of 10 SMEs. You see, okay, there is a positive trend, but we want a higher pace. We want that in 3 years they become 5 out of 10.
Do you think it is possible?
It is possible.
Because in Romania, Romanian is based on the finance, on the services and goods given by the other company.
Yes. In a way, the limited bankability of the market was an issue, but this also has had an effect of a bit of a sometimes passive attitude from the banking sector, that they knew they didn't have so many clients, so they were not proactive enough to sell financial products. Now, why the situation is changing? On one hand, companies, and that's why I'm positive about the fact that there will be an evolution and a faster evolution, because also the Romanian companies are more into greening their business. They are more into, the reason why they're not bankable, it's basically because they were not ambitious enough in their investment plan. They were happy with the revenues they had. They didn't want to enhance their transparency reporting and governance standards. Now the business is becoming a lot about showcasing that your product is green enough, your processes are green enough, that you are transparent and reporting. So basically, not so much because the banks ask for it, but because their clients ask for it. The companies are adjusting in that sense, are becoming their appetite to be more transparent, reporting, and have better governance and to be greener in their businesses. They have a pressure from their customers. They will serve as a secondary consequence the bank's requirement. On the other hand, also banks change their attitude. They are under ESG pressure. They are more willing to make an effort to support businesses and to enlarge their clientele base. That's why these two pressures will, in my opinion, make this 20% grow and become 50%.
50. Wow.
Well, at least, let me say, I don't want to
50%, and let's say in 10 years will be a huge development in the banking system here in Romania.
Yes, so I don't want to throw numbers like that, but what I can say for sure that if we saw an increase from 10 to 20% in 5 years, 5 years in Romania, I can bet that in the next 5 years, the growing pace will be higher.
Okay, will be higher.
Yes.
Will be more bankable Romanian companies.
More bankable companies in a shorter time. How much, I think it would be not serious to say because it depends from so many factors. But I can see there that there is pressure from company to be, let me say, more bankable for the reason we said, and the banks to be more open also to new clients and new businesses and new projects that maybe 5 years ago were not of their interest. Also thanks to our products, because we are releasing guarantee instruments to banks for green and digital projects. So basically, instead of the banks asking for huge collateral requirements, huge cash collateral, we provide our high quality guarantee via PNRR, for example, in Romania, for them to basically, for the banks to reduce the collateral requirement to company when it comes to lend to green projects or digital projects. This is a clear example on how financing is there. We miss some conditions around to enable this financing to reach the market. You asked me about limitations. I think I have in mind at least two. I would wish for Romanian companies to be more ambitious.
To be more ambitious.
Yeah.
It's about only the ambition, or about the idea, the market, the money?
It's about, first of all, if you don't have an ambition, you cannot even knock at the door of a bank to ask for a loan. If you don't have the ambition to grow, the ambition to be resilient, to be greener, you don't even have an investment plan to be presented to a bank on which you can discuss about financing. So more ambitions and more probably believing more in the fact that the Romanian economy can excel in certain given sectors. ICT is one, deep tech, technology, cyber, bioindustry, agribusiness. These are markets where Europe is not that strong yet, and Romania can have a strong role if only Romania's entrepreneurs themselves would believe in it. And so I think this is one of the... To believe
in your idea, in your project, and the money will follow your idea.
Yes, because there is a huge... I know that there is a bit of distrust among entrepreneurs about banks, and when they tell me, Lara, you beautiful words, Lara, but when I go to my bank, I don't get a loan. And I say, okay, tell me, when is the last time you went to your bank? 10 years ago. And I said, okay, my dear, 10 years, the world has changed. Because also this is Romania attitude is one answer remains the same and valid for decades. No, the market has changed, the instrument, the products have changed. It's worth trying. It's worth persevering, because I can tell you, Christian, that out of 100, let me say, potential clients that they knock at my door or at our door, when we give the first feedback and we ask for more, 95 of them do not come back. 95 out of 100 in Romania, they do not come back.
But you talk directly with Romanian companies?
We do, yes.
You have this kind of program? Because generally you give money to the banks give money to the companies. So you don't have directly connection with the Romanian companies.
So we do also finance directly Romanian companies, but our minimum tickets, our minimum loans direct is 7.5 million euro. And we finance up to 50% of a 5-year investment plan. Okay. These tickets are quite big for the Romanian economy size, for the Romanian companies. Having said that, one of the priority of my mandate here was to be accessible and understandable by the private sector market in Romania, because I think we do much more than what we are understood doing. So I opened the door to any company that wanted to understand how they can access EIB support, either direct or indirect. It's true that for most of them, they were not eligible for direct. Yet, I was explaining to them what it takes for a project to be supported by an EIB facility. And it is there that I lost the 95 out of 100. You might claim I didn't do well my job, or I did it too well. But too well.
No, because European Investment Bank is a huge bank, and if you mention 7.5 million euro to be 15% of the 50% of one investment, it means that you need to put to have an investment or
of 15 million euro.
15 million euro.
But we are talking about an investment plan over 3, 4, 5 years, multi-location, multi-country. So we, it's not impossible, but it's true that the size of the Romanian economy is such that most of the companies we support, they are via banks because of the size.
Yeah.
Having said that, we don't have yet we will announce the result of 2023 early next year. But we have seen a huge picking up of our credit lines with banks in 2023 because the rates went up and our competitive financing became extremely interesting for banks. And if banks can borrow money, cheap money from us, our condition is that they pass the financial advantage to the clients. So it's very important that basically we inject liquidity when the economy is struggling to because basically the interest rates high, they discourage companies to undergo investment because it has become increasingly expensive, plus the energy cost. The companies are really struggling to keep the, let me say, the balance sheet in a decent situation. But about, I want to come back on the perseverance, which is very important. I would wish for Romanian companies to increase that, the persevering approach. I want to mention one direct support that we have given to a Romanian company. This is Autonom. Autonom, we gave this year the first loan to them. And
directly, not through the banks.
Absolutely directive and proudly so. But I want to share this experience. It was a 7-year journey. Since
7 years?
Since the first time.
Wow, but in 7 years, a lot of things happen.
But why this dialogue is essential? Why? Because when Autonom came to us 7 years ago, they were a bit small for our ticket, right?
Yeah.
They didn't go away and forgot about EIB. They said, they had ambition to grow. They were waiting to grow enough to access our lending.
To come to you.
At some point, though, as you correctly say, Christian, in 7 years, the world can change. And in fact, what happened? By the time they were ready size-wise, we became the climate bank. We could not support any more hybrid car fleet, only electric car fleet.
Yeah.
But Marius...
So you give money to Marius, to Autonom, and Marius bought some electric cars.
Back then, he came back to us, let me say it was 3-4 years ago, and said, EIB, I'm ready now with the size. And we said, yes, sorry, Marius. In the meantime, but just to give you an example of what perseverance means when I speak about perseverance and for Romanian companies. Sorry, Marius, now we have become the climate bank. Your plans are big enough, but you want to buy hybrid. And so we cannot finance hybrid anymore. We can only finance electric. And they said, oh, yeah, but I don't want to buy electric because it's too expensive for me now. Another 2 years later, we had the aggression to Ukraine, we had the increase of fuel cost, and Marius and Dan, because they knew that we were ready to finance electric fleet, they also knew how much less expensive would have been. They make their math calculation and they said, okay, it's a bit bold to go fully electric, but in the long term, it's gonna be, although I pay more now, I have the EIB loan that is less expensive and I compensate for the higher cost, and then I make a bet on the medium to long term that I will save cost on fuel and on other things. And eventually, they made the ambitious choice to go fully electric with our money, and now they are a client of the EIB. They could go fully electric, be more ambitious than what a normal, let me say, lending or bond issuance that they would do would allow them, because they could be, let's say, greener, more resilient. You ask me about cost. It is more expensive today, but Marius and Dan make the calculation that over time is going to be a wise investment decision. But they need perseverance with us and ambitious plans. Also, that's why I say the dialogue is very important, and that's why, for me, to be accessible is important. You have to understand, you entrepreneur, what is in here, in our product, to make a good use of them when it's the right time for your company. Maybe not today, maybe
But
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. If you look at the Romanian economy, okay, what is your opinion right now? The economy, the economic growth, it's slowing down. We have some question about next year.
Yes.
The taxation, and it's up. The inflation, it's down, but not enough. The interest rate, it's up.
Yes. So
how you see?
Okay, so it's clear that Romania going forward will not enjoy the same growth pace that it has enjoyed in the past years.
Why?
Why? Because tolls are coming in a way, also for Romania. The energy price will go down, but not down as it was pre-crisis. Okay. The rates will start to go down, but then there will be another cycle and they will go up again.
The interest rates will go up again?
I mean, not now, they will go down. But what I want to say, the interest rates are cyclical, so they will go up again in future. So in a way, Romanian economy to preserve the growth that it has faced in the past years, some measures have to be taken in place, some strong measures, and like fiscal consolidation, like a certain, let me say, more balanced type of taxation of companies. I mean, in a way, I strongly believe that some of the measures, of the structural measures that currently Romania is asked to deliver, not only by the European Commission, but also OECD accession now is after. And I think these are measures that, although they are a bit painful in the short term, they are extremely important for Romania in the medium to long term, in order for Romania not to simply grow out of consumption or out of a destination of businesses just because it's cheaper to have a business in Romania. Romania has to change the paradigm of investments, to move, as I told you before, to higher value, to more technology, to global markets. So if you look...
higher salary.
Higher salary, absolutely. It would be sick, if I can use this word, to still rely on low labor costs for Romania. We wish Romania to grow and to have a better social and health system. This means higher salary, higher purchasing power, better services, better value for money public services. So we wish higher salary and higher skills, but this means that the companies have to be ready to change the paradigm and to see what is ahead for them, and rather adapt to what comes next instead of fighting to preserve the benefits that they have now, that anyway they are not going to last long.
Okay.
It's not a Romanian situation. It's Romania within the EU market, within the global market. And I have to say, I would wish for Romanians entrepreneurs and companies to be more and more nurturing their visions out of that, instead of looking for preserving certain benefits of today that are basically not sustainable in the long term.
In the short term, we need to take some pain, okay, to resolve our problem.
And enjoy a better life and more sustainable life in
but
future.
You know, in the future, all of them will be dead.
And that is totally. I'm totally with you, Christian. That is why I believe there is a timing issue that you can accelerate, but to a certain extent, and that's why I put the accent on the young generations of entrepreneurs. Because it's what I can see. You ask me how you see Romania within the region. I see a higher share of entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs in this country than in other countries.
In other countries,
yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. A fost Lara Tassan ZANIN, Country Manager, Banca Europeană de Investiții, cel mai important creditor sau investitor instituțional în România, cu un portofoliu de 15 miliarde de euro. Luăm minutul Business Magazine, întoarcem partea a doua, o discuție despre ce cursuri oferă companiile propriilor angajați și cum poți folosi LinkedIn în business.
Italienii de la Iveco au făcut cea mai mare investiție din istoria lor de aproape 5 decenii, 1 miliard de euro pentru reînnoirea completă a gamei de vehicule și lansarea modelului SE-Way, primul camion de mare tonaj fabricat integral de compania italiană. Având rădăcini într-o afacere de familie inițiată cu 30 de ani în urmă de tatăl său, Florin Marin și-a adus contribuția la transformarea acesteia într-o destinație integrată, complet reconfigurată sub brandul Domeniile Săftica. Care este secretul rezilienței într-o piață dependentă de starea de spirit a clienților? Ana Maria Mircea s-a născut într-o familie de mici antreprenori buzoieni și a moștenit la rândul său microbul antreprenoriatului, care a dat naștere unui nou business. Cum a transpus lecțiile învățate în afacerea familiei, o carmangerie care comercializează produse fanion din regiunea Buzăului, noul business, un restaurant tip fine dining, în care preparatele tradiționale sunt reinterpretate în stil contemporan și din care s-a născut de asemenea o a doua carmangerie destinată segmentului B2B. Prețurile principalului ingredient al ciocolatei, boabele de cacao, au atins cu o lună înainte de Crăciun cel mai ridicat nivel din ultimii 45 de ani. Este efectul recoltelor întârziate ale celor mai mari exportatori, Coasta de Filde și Ghana, care i-ar putea încuraja pe aceștia să reînvie un plan dat peste cap de pandemie, și anume formarea unui cartel al exportatorilor de boabe de cacao. Citiți despre toate aceste subiecte, dar și despre multe altele, în cel mai nou număr al Business Magazine.